Hi there everybody, my name's Dunstan and welcome back to another video and so much more. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Hens can't handle someone else's opinion, someone else's idea on the way they think. This has to be interesting.
These DVD content creators are total tyrannical lunatics, and it's ruining the game. I'm talking about Hens and Taco. They rant, people copy their rants, and the devs make changes based on their unhinged takes. This would only be okay if we were dealing with sound mind people, but I'm going to show you receipts of how truly unhinged they are. They insult and ban people just for having different opinions. We should not allow their lack of self-control dictate the direction of the game.
Today, I got banned. I got banned in the live of one of my favorite Dead by Daylight streamers for presenting my opinion. My super duper overly controversial opinions are as follows. I got three main ones. One, Blight. I don't think Blight is S tier. I think Blight is D tier. That's my opinion. Two, Survivors. I believe they are OP, overpowered. It's a common opinion inside the game. Like, a lot of people say that, but for Hens, I'm not allowed to say it. And three, Nurse has counterplay. Not even to debate whether she's top of the list or anything, but to literally just say that she has counterplay.
Which also, I kinda agree with I kinda agree and also not necessarily disagree, but I kinda get it and also kinda agree. So here's my agreeable points before we get fully into this video. My agreeable points is that yes, survivors, I don't necessarily agree the survivors are recovered. I do think when it comes down to everybody being on comms, right? Everybody is on comms, everybody's on mics, everybody's talking in their private chats and discords or, on PlayStation or Xbox, and, if you're in private chats and you're talking, you're on comms, bro. You're on comms. You're OP. Especially if you can communicate pretty well. And because here's the thing, bro. Let's just get this whole topic out the way. Solo queue and Swifts will never be on the same playing field ever. Until the day mics come to this game, and whatever you want to call it, proximity chat, whatever you want to call it, until the day mics come to this game where you can talk to the killer and the killers can talk to the survivors, until the day mics come to this game, maybe, and that's just a maybe, solo queue might be a little strong, or they're not gonna be hella strong, but they might be a little strong where they actually give a different advantage in the game. But that's just a maybe, obviously. But as far as if that goes, yeah, survivors right now, do I think they're OP? Not necessarily. I do agree that they're very OP when it comes down to a lot of hours put into the game and communications and certain plays with flashlights and perks, that etc. stuff. Do I think they're OP though? No. I do think they're OP when they're all on comms. I do think they're OP on that form and Swift side of things, obviously. I do think that's OP, okay? I do think certain perks give them a very tough outplay. It gives them a very tough outplay on how you really want to play the game. It's like you can't really play the game the way you really want to, because you have to go against everybody kind of bringing the best stuff almost every game. So it kind of makes it hard to play the game the way the game is intended, because everybody knows kind of what they're doing, right? So it's kind of what the fuck do I do, right? Anyways, and then yeah, Nurse has counterplay. That's just a basic opinion. Nurse has counterplay, bro. She's not necessarily hard to maneuver around, right? Everybody's like, Nurse has no counterplay. She's really good. She's this. Buddy, please do not necessarily go around saying anything about a top tier character if you don't necessarily know anything about a top tier character, okay? Nurse isn't OP. Nurse is only OP, or somewhat, what they claim, broken. Nurse is here's the thing, bro. I don't view Nurse as good. I only view Nurse as good if you can only put enough hours into her to make her good. Nurse is only good if you can put enough hours to make her good. You have to put like thousands of hours, not thousands, but you have to put like a lot of hours to make her look good. Nurse isn't good just because everybody calls her top tier. Like obviously, hence why she's a top tier, because she takes a certain skill to play. She takes a certain skill to master and learn how to play. And once you put enough hours into learning how she plays and you get the game knowledge under control and all this and extra stuff, then she can look like an effortless character. She can look pretty insane. She can look insanely good. But as far as that goes, Nurse isn't good, bro. Okay? Like, I think people like exaggerate how good Nurse actually is because they like to talk about nerfing her, but they don't necessarily know anything about her. Like, you talk more about nerfing her character than you actually play a character. You know that, right? Like, let's just slow down with the whole nerfing thing. And let's just understand that Nurse isn't too hard to counter. Like, there's something called looping in the game. There's something called holding a distance. Did you forget? Looping exists, right? Or are you too focused on playing on PC and just holding W, right? Like, is that what this is about? Hold on, let me not go too far. And then no Blake, he's kind of meh how you really play him. I mean, like, he's good. He's good, don't get me wrong. Like, he doesn't take he's not too hard to master. Obviously, shown by Sinister. You know what I mean? Sinister, he'll literally tell you that, yes, Blight is... Like Sinister said, don't talk about things you don't necessarily speak on if you're not going to put the hours into the character to play. Like Sinister said, like Sinister says many times, Blight isn't necessarily hard. It just takes a certain understanding, like bump logic and hug tech logic, you know, like somewhat exploit logic, like Oni, you know, and like the you know, like, and then you see Oni is trash without his exploit, but you know, like, he should never had an exploit to begin with, because if you can't play the game normally with Oni without using fucking that little exploit shit, then you should never be playing the character in general. Like, if you can't play the game normally without the exploit intended, and you have to rely on exploits to get your down with Oni, you're just fucking trash, bro. Like, I'm not gonna forget, like all characters in the game, besides their secondary attack, all come with one initial common thing. Their basic attack, easy, efficient, and done. People forgot what a basic attack was. They're worried about their secondary power, bro. I care about the basic attack. I don't care about keeping the game going on and having a survivor hold W on me because I'm missing my secondary attack. No, bro, like, I would rather use a big attack. There's times to get your secondary power active when you can, and there will be openings, but just focus on basic attacks. You know, like, get your down first. Anyways, I don't want to make this be long.
The combination of these three things got me banned. Banned from the stream. Absolutely banned. Yep.
Crazy how hands ban somebody. And you know, it's this weird new thing. I don't think it's a Dead by Day thing. It's I don't know what it is, but it's a weird new thing where everybody's like, you're rage baiting, or you're fucking, I can't tell if this is satire or not type thing that's going on. I'm like, bro, like, this isn't I'm like, because I said something that you don't necessarily agree with, you're telling me it's satire? Like, I did this one type of video, and this kid in my comments said, this kid said, it's hard to tell if this is satire. And then someone said, no one's going to agree with you, bro. Well, first of all, I didn't fucking ask if someone's going to agree with what I say or not. And personally, I don't give a shit if they agree with what I say or not. I don't care. If you agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, I didn't put my way of thinking to make you agree. I said what I said because I was making a point, not because I wanted you to agree. I personally don't care. But yeah, like, everybody does this weird thing about saying, I can't tell if this is satire, I think you're rage baiting, and this and this. Bro, sometimes, have you just ever thought that people just have a pretty good understanding how the game goes? That they actually care enough about the game, or they want to see the game balanced? You're too worried about something else instead of worrying about the balance. You want the game to be broken. Like, is that what this is?
And the reason that I'm actually going into this as opposed to just letting it go is because out of my top three, Hens is up there. Hens was like one of my absolute favorite Dead by Daylight streamers. I have all the achievements in the game of Dead by Daylight. I have over 2,500 hours. You can see this is just PC. The only reason that doesn't show 100% of the achievements is because they just released Kaneki, and there's this new achievement right here.
Alright, that character's dead. Well, he's semi-good as far as good goes, but we all know that character's been nerfed and dead already, because, like, that's why. You can already see the 14... No, it's 16. They took his distance that he would usually make. It's like you really see how much 16% of that distance he would got from that lunge would actually help in chase. You actually see how much 16% actually did for that character. Now he's only making half of that distance. He's only making half of that 16% distance because they went from 16 to 14. It's kind of like, damn, certain plays you would usually make at 16, you can't normally make it now to like compensate for what you really did. So it's kind of like now you're forced to bring fucking Bamboozle and his best add-ons. Oh wait, they're probably nerfed too. So it's like, what do you do now? I mean, Bamboozle is whatever, but again, it's like, what do you do now?
I have 100% except for that achievement, and I have gameplay here on PC as well as...
I'm gonna hold off on you, bruh.
But what's really upsetting for me that I get into my favorite game with one of my favorite streamers, and I get banned for saying stuff that's actually pretty general. It's all about the game. I could see if I was being, sexual, which other people were doing, if I was being religious or political, which I didn't see anybody else doing, but I would understand why those are bannable offenses. You got kids in there, so don't be sexual. But people were being sexual. Those people didn't get banned. I got banned. The reasons that I joined the stream and even wanted to talk to the chat or Hens or anything, because Hens posted two different things and the opinions seemed to extremely conflict. One, he posted about syringes. He said syringes have to go. Free unconditional heals without investment should at the very least take a minute, not 16 seconds. So in saying that, you're saying that passive heals need a nerf. Why is it when I join the stream and I ask my question about passive heals, you say, oh, passive heals are fine. I'm gonna run a clip.
Passive heals were overpowered. I don't think so, no. I don't think it's overpowered. No!
So that was take one. First you say syringes have to go, then you say syringes are fine. So I'm banned just for asking or saying that you said something. Second take, you said should Kaneki get nerfed? You said verbatim, I'm reading your tweets. Kaneki is way too easy to play for how strong he is. He either needs to be made harder to play or weaker overall. That is a nerf. Either way, that is a nerf. I disagree.
And let's just technically put this in perspective. The character wasn't even really that strong. I mean, everybody was like saying he's A tier. I mean, yeah, his mobility was A tier, but in general, we all know when that nerf hit, this character was going to be B tier. I mean, people in the BTB before the character even came out during this time of BTB, they were already saying he was like C tier and A tier already, but like the character was like a mid B tier at most. Like, come on, yes, he was insanely strong, but as far as insanely strong goes, it's just the only thing that made him strong was that was this like insane auto aim hit scan. His hit scan had like a very high big range of auto aim to it, so it was so strong to the point where it's just you just made unusual plays where you attack survivor storm wall. It's gonna like, dang, I did that? Like, what? It was insane to see that on the killer side. It's like, dang, I didn't. It's like, okay, Kaneki go off, and then next thing you know, Jarvis like, he needs a nerf. That's overpowered. Even though, bro, all he did was hit you through a wall, which is insane to see on your side. But it's like, bruh. It's like, do I think the character was overpowered? Not necessarily. Do I think he was a little strong? Probably needed a little bit of tone down on the aim and how far you reach the survivor when you do your lunge and you grab the animation. Do I think that need to be toned down? Yes. But do I think the character was insanely strong? No. I just think people just suck at looping. Like, the character was easily counterable. All you had to do was greet loops. His weakness was windows and greeting loops. That's how you beat the character. By greeting pallets and bolting windows. Not holding W. Okay? Everybody just got this fucking holding W in their fucking head, bro. That they got their fucking holding W in their fucking head. They forgot what they forgot. They just forgot what the game was really about. Like, this game isn't about holding W, it's about looping, bro. And getting a certain distance, but making unique plays with that certain distance. Not fucking holding W just because you're on PC. Or controller shit, but you get the point.
So I asked the question. And this is the original question that I asked in the chat. I'm going to play the clip. The question is, why do you advocate for survivors when you already see that they are overpowered base kit?
Hence, why do you advocate for survivors when they're overpowered base kids?
My opinion is that they are overpowered base kit.
That's some brain rot right there. Okay.
You showed conflicting opinions. Which is it? That's my question. His reply was to straight out just insult me. Like I didn't insult him, so like it was kind of confusing on why I was being insulted. He's calling my comment brain rot.
I'm all for discussions, but like there's nothing to discuss. That's just pure brain rot. Pure brain rot.
If you don't know anything about brain rot, that's basically calling a person stupid or saying that they're being stupid. That's dumb. And he's going on to call my comments rage bait, which he does eventually answer the question.
The problem with those things, that's nothing to discuss. That's like, how's it brain rot? How is it brain rot to say? What do you say again? Well, let me scroll up. Why do you advocate for survivors when they're already broken? How is that brain rot? So like the balance of the rules in Dead by Daylight, right? Like it's really hard to discuss. That's your opinion. That's okay. But like, I would need to fundamentally agree with your statement to discuss the why, right? Because the first thing we would have to discuss is if that's the case or not, which I would disagree with.
Here's how it should have went. Hey, Hens, why do you advocate for survivors given that they're overpowered? Boom, Hens. I don't believe that they're overpowered. Boom, me. Oh, okay, that's why. You don't believe that they're overpowered. That's why you're advocating for them. Boom, we have a difference of opinion. It could have stopped right there. That's not what he did. What he did was immediately insult me. Now, this is my first live stream of Hens. I've never been in a Hens live stream. I've always watched his content on YouTube, been subscribed, referring his content to other people, like buttons, comments, all that. I've been doing this for years now. Hens is one of my top streamers. Or he was.
It's pretty trash bait, honestly. I don't know, but I don't think people realize those things anymore. That answers my questions. That's so obvious. Did you not think about that? What the fuck? Oh my god. Bro did not put one and one together.
So, in the video, Hens speaks about 4Ks being boring in a certain scenario, but in actuality, you should replace the word boring with it's too hard to accomplish because the survivors are overpowered.
I think you would definitely do this challenge and only count 4Ks. The problem with only counting 4Ks is the process to getting to a 4K instead of a 3K is just really boring.
Did bro just say really boring? What a joke. What a joke. Oh my gosh, Hens. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. And you're gonna see he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Watch this.
If he just phrased it in a different way, it would actually make sense. It's not boring. People use the word boring in this game, and it's not because they're bored. If you're bored, you just play something else. I find playing Survivor and holding M1 boring, but when I get into Chase, that's more fun. When I'm playing Killer, it's just simply hard. Difference.
I'm honestly conceptually against strong vaults. Like, ever, because they lead to very uninteractive gameplay, in my opinion. I mean, you could leave it in. Like, it's not like a thing that you cannot possibly make it balance with someone having a strong vault over a pallet. But, like, the gameplay that results out of it is just boring.
Basically, your point is you just nerf everything because it's boring. That's literally the same point, hens. Like, what are you saying, bro?
And multiple times throughout his video, throughout the live stream, he says, I'm baiting. But he also goes on to say, I can't tell if you're baiting or not. And most of the time, if someone's baiting, you can't tell if they're genuine. I was genuine about my opinion. I feel like Survivor's overpowered. That is a normal thing to say.
Oh. You never know if people play stupid and call it rage bait, or if they actually hold those opinions. Like, you never know that. That's like the problem with it, right?
And then further in the video, you see hens like playing Vecna, and he's getting cooked, absolutely cooked. And he even says it himself. That match felt really horrible. Playing the clip.
Dolphin's so ideal. If I get too tough, too greedy though. No, don't make that. It's just 1 foot. I have 3 people injured, but I somehow need to get a snowball going. Yeah. You didn't. But there's some.
Oh, and also, I'm so glad that Haze and Hinder isn't stacking. I think I talked about this in my last stream, but yeah, no more of this fucking bullshit where people can just run a perk that can make them 3 times faster than a killer. Okay, like that's fucking insane, bro. Okay, it's just that perk alone, letting yourself being 3 times faster than a killer. That's kind of broken. In its own, it's kind of broken. Like, people trying to fucking guilt trip us and bullshit with us. Like, it's not that much. It's not that much of a difference. Oh, really? How about you play as killer? Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyways, but like the point is, hens, is he goes to say, "This is boring, bro." 3Ks and 4Ks are boring. Playing against 3Ks and 4Ks are boring. It's playing against people who, at a certain competent level, that challenge you so badly, where they make it insanely impossible to play at a certain skill ceiling. Not skill ceiling exactly, but it's like, if a motherfucker is having breakdown, and they're having saboteur, and stuff like that, it's tough, and it's insanely hard to just play the game the way I play. You know what I find boring? I find it boring to play against somewhat of trash people. Not like trash, but I find it boring to play against somewhat of trash people. I find it boring to play against those players. But I also find it boring to play against these players that are insanely good. Because guess what? Once you get to the best of the best players, you wish you never did. Because you legit can't play. You can't save the time to save a generator. Unless you're playing top tier killers. Or unless you're breaking the best slowdown perks. You just can't play on the same competent level as everyone who's good. Like, it's just boring to play against people that are good. But it's also boring to play against people that are kind of trash too. Because you know what I find interesting? Bro, I let go of trash people so I can play against the good people. I don't kill trash players, bro. Hence, you kill trash players, bro. You just suck at the game, hence. Like, that's just all this. Like, you and this whole organizing players and this and making tournaments and this, bro, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, you're still fucking ass at the game. And that's all it is to say.
Not much to do, honestly. Good great by them. They're resetting now.
And also, I just want to keep in mind, the dudes that hands are playing against, bro, they're not even fucking good, bro. Like, they're not even fucking good at all. Like, like, bro, these dudes are fucking trash.
Jeez, both cooldowns. This is hope. No. Oh, she has the item. If any of them have hope, then this is probably impossible to snowball.
And he's looking at the scenario where he's getting cooked, and he's like, how is this even allowed? You know, he's having a genuine difficulty understanding that
And that's kind of why I say it's like when people are somewhat kind of good, or somewhat kind of good level, it's like they make very strange plays where it's like, how exactly is this even allowed? It's like I don't necessarily think stars are broken by necessarily or their power. It's just when they get to that level good, it just makes you question how is this allowed? Because I know against decent people, it can never make those kind of plays. You know, against mid people, against somewhat decent people, against mid people, they could never make those kind of plays. But it's like, it's the weird, good top percent people that make plays like that. And it's just, you're kind of like, if you already have a pretty good acknowledgement on how this game rolls, and you know you can do things like that, you're just, I'm just gonna, forgot what I was saying. Like you're just abusing. You're abusing a check. Like good ass players abuse good ass check spots. Like they will. Like it's just like Garden Joy of that place where that car is. It's like that area. No killer, no matter what kind of killer it is, wants to go there because it's broken. You go there, you lose the game. But if you don't go there, it's like. I don't know, it's really hard to say. It's a broken area, no one wants to go there, but you're forced to go there somewhere there in the game. And then, you know, everybody's like, why don't you chase me? Because you're going to a broken spot, and you're trying to guilt trip to me and tell me that spot's not broken, because I can never get it down. You got a car on the side, you got a freaking, whatever that one thing is with the vault, and it loops around so wide, it's just so weird, and it's like, because anyone that's good isn't going to drop the car pallet unless, you know, they obviously understand you're winning and they can just waste pallets, but it's like, you're never going to do that, bro. That's the point. So it's just like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's like anyone who understands a good check spot can abuse it. And they don't just abuse it one way. They can abuse it in multiple ways. And they can make it insanely hard to loop. Cause like, bro, when I play killer, I like mind gaming survivors, but it's hard to like mind game survivors when motherfuckers are good. I like to do certain unique mind games against good people, but then you realize you can't because if they go to a broken spot, there's no way to outplay that mind game unless you play as a top tier killer, of course. Then you can make it look easy. You know what I mean? That's just the argument.
the game is not balanced in the killer's favor. It just, from my point.
And then all the thing the killer really necessarily needs is just more defensive perks. I feel like there just isn't enough defensive perks. All we need is give us corrupt intervention. I'm not necessarily acting for a base kit, but I know a lot of people are acting for it to be base kit. Just give it to the people that want a base kit. Give it a base kit. Make it base kit, make generators, base kit corrupt intervention for like 3 minutes. 3 minutes throughout the game, corrupt intervention, there you go, and the killer can save time without getting gen rush. Insanely easy. It's like, or you do that, or you give us a really good killer perk that could control generators. But we all know they're not gonna do that. Like, come on, I'm telling you, Five Nights at Freddy's won't be good the way everybody thinks it is. If generators can't be controlled today or somewhere sooner in the game before that Five Nights at Freddy drops out, Five Nights at Freddy chapter drops out, it can't come to the game, bro. I'm telling you, if they so badly want this Five Nights at Freddy's chapter to be okay in our favor, you need generators to be somewhat slowed down. Okay? Generators just go too fast. Or at least against people at a certain top percent of the game goes too fast. But it's just, generators need to be slower. So that way people can actually play the game. Nobody wants to be gen rush 24/7. It's boring. It makes me want to disconnect from the game every single time I go against players like that. And I don't want to do that. But that's what you're gonna make me do if I keep going against players like that. Insane.
It looks like he's having difficulty understanding that it's even in the game for survivors to do something. But he'll still advocate for the survivors to be stronger. So it's not clicking for me.
No way they had 2 of those windows. No way there are 2. What? How? How is this allowed? How are you allowed to have 2 of those?
And at the end of the game where he's getting cooked, he doesn't even pip. Him not pipping is like an insult to the injury because it felt like he had lost the game. But at the end of the game, he actually killed 3 of them, which a lot of people count as a win. I'm going to get into what I count as a win later, but he counts that as...
Saber, I don't really care what anyone counts what a win, okay? Okay, regardless you get a 3K, regardless you get a 4K, it doesn't matter what a win is to me, okay? Tying the game, that's a win to me. Getting a 3K, that's a win to me. 4K, it's a win in its own. And if you really feel so bad that you want to get a 4K, go get a 4K. I don't care about 4Ks, bro. I just want to play the game. If I win to the point, so like if I'm playing the game to the point so badly where I'm killing all the stars out of the game so quickly, like here's the thing, bro. Here's what I see as 4K. If I see I'm going against good ass survivors, I'm going to 4K you, cause that is a win. Killing good ass people is a win to me. Killing mid people who aren't exactly that good at the game, I don't count that as a win. Like why would I waste my time in 4K mid ass people? Like I didn't earn anything for killing those people. Like if anything, sure I mind gamed them, I still had fun, but it's like why would I want a 4K or 3K mid people when I can just do it against people that are actually really good, you know what I mean? It's like what? It's like I would rather let mid people go. I would rather 12 hook mid people, 12 hook them and let them go. Let them live. Let them escape. Because guess what? If I let them go, I'm gonna get new people that are gonna be insanely good, and I'll go against those people, and I will kill those people because I know they're good. And the people I went against weren't good. You know what I mean? That's how you should really do this. And then when you kill those people that are really good, you get a point, and that point gives you, you know, because this game goes by I forget what it's called, but you know, iridescent bronze, iridescent gold, right? It goes by things like that. It's like if you go to iridescent silver, that means you're going against better players, and then you get a point because here's how it works. What you did in the match, you're rewarded a point for how you played and what you did. Sometimes you'll get a point for killing 3K. Sometimes you get a point, and sometimes you won't. But it all depends on how you played in the match and what you did in the match to receive that point. You know. But yeah, you know, every year iridescent goes against better and better and better survivors. That's the point.
We didn't pep for that. No way we don't pep for that.
And as we go on further in the stream, we actually changed the topic inside the chat, and we're talking about metal bands. Look, I know I got this skin color and all, might not be allowed, but I actually do like some metal bands. It's pretty cool. So when the person commented saying metal, and they were talking about a metal band, I said like My Chemical Romance. Stuff that's not quite metal, and it was already a running gag. And then Hens had this to say.
I think everyone realized you're baiting already, Dave. Like literally everyone knows. Everyone and everyone's mother knows. I respect the hustle though. I do.
Oh yes, it's not okay for someone to bait in your chat, but it's pretty much okay for people to talk about. But it's pretty much okay for random ass people to sexualize people in the chats, in your chat, and talk about explicit stuff when probably half your audience are somewhat in the middle range of minors, and if they are not in the middle range of minors, there's probably a good selection of them that are like 16, probably 14, that are probably like minors. You know, like, let's just keep that in mind. So it's okay for people to talk about explicit sexualizing stuff about minors, but it's not okay for someone to just talk about metal bands. Like, I see where you at, Hens. Interesting.
So it became pretty clear to me that no matter what I said in the chat, Hens just had it out for me. I feel like Hens was just having a bad day and decided to take it out on me. Hens, if you're watching this, that's not cool, bro. I believe Blight is overrated, and I don't believe that Nurse is just totally uncounterable. Nurse has counterplay. I'm saying all this to say that wasn't my goal. My goal was not to make him being so tyrannical experience. So for new killers, they're having a worse time as a direct result of people who seem to not have self-control putting their opinions out there, and people just go along with their opinions. There's also other people inside the video agreeing with me not getting banned. But if that's the way these top DVD creators think, I don't think they should have power to influence the updates of the game. I feel like it ruins the new killer experience. That the new killer experience is totally thrown under the bus. No one thinks about it. One of my more controversial.
I mean, also, I'm not kind of like agree, but somewhat disagree. But it's like what's the new killer experience? New killer experience, you're already, yeah. Sometimes not. It depends on it depends on the game's MMR. Sometimes you'll be put into a lobby full of good people, and you'll be a new killer, and everybody's. I mean, it's not even like really good people. Like as a new player, big chances either you'll be put into a lobby with a 10,000-hour group of people who play the game for a living, obviously because they don't know how to get off for a while, or it's people who just came to bully the killer. I'd win against that. I win against people that try to like bully me in the game. But it's like, bro, I out-challenge them every time. They try to bring flashbangs. They try to freaking flashlights on me. You know, you got a lot of people in the congregating space saying, oh, flashbangs have no counterplay. Oh my gosh. Like, come on, bro. It's not fucking hard to understand if a motherfucker has a flashlight, they probably have a flashbang. You treat the flashbang the same way you treat a flashlight. Okay? You treat them the same way. It is not too hard. The only thing you gotta do is listen for the cue sound effect that is going off. And if you don't, and it's like, all you do is this, bro. All you do is this. You wait, listen out, don't pick up the person immediately, because that's what people do. They pick them up immediately. You play the same way when someone has a flashlight. You look behind your back. You look around. That's how you play the game. It's like, it's not hard. And then sometimes you play so quickly. Sometimes you'll get ahead of yourself. You play so quickly because you're going so fast and how you're playing that you'll accidentally pick up somebody, or you'll just mistakenly pick up somebody so fast, and then there you go. Someone has a free flashlight save. It happens. But it's like, you learn. You know what I mean? Like, I never necessarily give players. I'm like, no way, motherfucker. If you want a flashlight stun me, you have to fucking earn it. If you want a flashbang stun me, you have to fucking earn your flashbang stun. You have to fucking earn your flashlight stun. I'm not just gonna fucking let you flashlight stun me. I'm not just gonna let you fucking flashbang me. You have to fucking earn it, bitch. You have to fucking earn it. Okay? They have to fucking earn that shit, motherfucker. I'm sorry, motherfuckers getting your fucking flashlight stuns for free. Like, no, bro. You gotta fucking earn it. I don't let fucking survivors flashlight stun me, bro. I'm like, bro, like, I know the game well enough to know that you just don't let them do that, okay? You put the motherfucker on the fucking ground. That's what you do. And if they're bringing, like, to that, you put both of them on the ground. Or you try to, fast as possible, find a ball to look at. It's really not hard to counterplay things. People just exaggerate that there's no counterplay when they themselves probably have not played the game long enough to know what actualized counterplay actually looks like. Like, bro, look at no commentary. No, not even no commentary, bro. Bro, look at rhythm and streamers on you know, like, on based off this game. Look at rhythm and streamers, and like, look at the ones who already have viewers already indebted to the game. They show you how fast counterplay is. Like, I've seen hens video, bro. He goes from saying there's no counterplay to them looking at a wall. Wow. But I thought you said flashlights had no exact counterplay. But here you are looking at a wall. So which one is it, hens? Do they or do they not exactly have counterplay? Like, you gotta, like, make no sense. Like, even Scott John, bro, he easily counterplays flashbangs, and he'll still say, like I've seen Scott John's streams, bro, where he will easily counter a flashbang stun setup going on to the game, but then he'll, like, go on to a video later on saying there's no counterplay to this, but you and your stream just counterplayed it. So, like, which one is it, cuh?
Partial takes is that solo queue is easier than killer. I can help somebody play Survivor easier than I can help them play killer as a new player to the game. Yeah, these DVD creators have gotten totally unhinged, totally out of line. Just complete and utter abuse of power. But you know what? It is what it is. Even other people inside the chat, like, saying, like, no opinions in the chat. Opinions aren't allowed. Then one of the moderators comes back and says, opinions are fine, just don't insult anybody. I never insulted anybody. But I got banned. So no opinions in the chat. Make it make sense. You literally had people in the chat talking about it's not a hardcore killer challenge, it's a hard rod killer challenge, or talking about gooning off in front of kids. But instead of banning those people, you ban the person who has legitimate criticisms and going point by point breaking down why he has a take that is different from yours. That's the person you ban, but not the person who's talking about gooning off in front of kids. There's several people in the chat talking about gooning off in front of kids. Pay attention. Notice how whenever a Dead by Daylight creator is playing both sides, when they play Survivor, they interact with their chat. They're looking at the comments, talking to people. But when they play Killer, they ignore their chat. Why? Why do they ignore their chat? Because they're paying attention. You can play Survivor in your sleep. You don't need to pay attention. You're not even looking at the screen. The reason I've been labeled master rage baiter is because I'm not intending to make anybody rage. I just have a genuine opinion that is so far different from everybody else's opinion that it just makes them angry. So I think some people in the comments might have actually gotten angry. Like the one guy.
Moral of the story, people are just complete softies and just can't handle someone else's opinion. That's all there's to be said, bro. As far as that goes, my name is Thought, and as always, I will see you all in the next best video.